St. Louis leaders are bracing for a big hole in the city budget. A pending court case and ongoing debate in Jefferson City could axe the city's 1% earnings tax, which makes up a huge chunk of city taxes. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, went to City Hall to see if budget leaders have a backup plan, Mark.
Yeah, Kelly, think of it like a pandemic hangover or long COVID for the city budget. COVID-19 upended government finances all over the country. And while, yes, St. Louis cashed in on $500 million in short-term federal relief, the surge in remote work put a long-term glaring spotlight on the city's 1% earnings tax.
I am extremely concerned.
Members of the St. Louis Budget Committee are bracing for bad news from a costly court ruling.
It's incredibly urgent. I mean, the worst case scenario is it's $50 million a year for a few years.
An appeals court could uphold a judge's ruling that the city must pay remote workers back taxes.
I mean, this would truly devastate our ability to deliver services to our citizens.
And that's not all. With the pandemic-era earnings tax facing scrutiny in courts, Jefferson City Republicans filed bills to permanently end it for workers who live outside city limits.
I don't think that earnings tax is actually the right way to help the city thrive.
Board of Aldermen President Megan Green says the GOP has a bigger end game in mind to drive government services like trash or water into the hands of private companies.
The goal is to, it's called starve the beast, to force privatization. And so you see a lot of these Republican-led initiatives are designed to impoverish cities so that it forces the privatization of our assets and services.
Whether that plan passes muster at the State House, city leaders expect remote workers to prevail in the courthouse.
I think taxpayers have a legitimate grievance here.
Considering the earnings tax makes up for a third of the city budget, what will they do to fill such a massive budget hole?
We do need a backup plan.
But 1 year after that initial court ruling, there's still no immediate plan in place. And if the city doesn't raise taxes, Green says it may have to make significant cuts.
The largest line item in the city's budget is the police department. And so it is very likely that there would have to be massive cuts to public safety and the police department in general should a third of our budget suddenly go away.
The city's budget director is working up a number of alternative proposals, but we haven't seen them yet, and none of them are likely to address that larger problem, bringing enough foot traffic back downtown to make up lost ground from all those remote workers who left. And recent data suggests only about 6 in 10 downtown jobs have returned after the pandemic.